you have time for one, two? Maybe we could share a few more drinks and memories. Feels so good to be here with you, and don't ever want you to leave. Oh, Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen. Things went so wrong.
What led you to getting into the studio?
I'd been writing, and I had a great batch of songs, and I was like, man, I've got to get these songs out of here. There's a lot of opportunities, and people need to hear these songs, and I need to do this. So I wanted Eric to be my producer. He did the last Push Down Turn album, and so I called him up in March or April, I don't know, and left him this long voicemail, and he called me back from the Vegas airport, and I don't know, I had to wait. He was he's busy, got lots of projects, and finally about August we slid a couple evenings in, and we came in here and just started tracking acoustic and vocal, and we were embarked upon Drinks and Memories, and that's how it started.
The album really started as a singer-songwriter record, if you think about it. It's really Tay songs and his voice. And if you compare it to what he'd done previously, which was more of a traditional, what I would call alternative rock band or something of this nature, where he played bass and he's the songwriter, and you compare it to what became Drinks and Memories, he has totally reinvented himself as an artist. I mean, this is a guy who's now singing, fronting the project. He's playing not just guitar, but a very intricate finger-picking style. And these are deeply personal songs. Sometimes they're heartbreaking, sometimes they're very light-humored. And I think what's most impressive to me, for him to pivot from what he's known as an artist to what this record is, to me, it's really mind-blowing.
Were there any magical moments writing or recording?
Well, yeah, for me, I'd have to say the magical moment writing was the song that spawned this whole thing was Willard's song that I wrote for my dad, and I was up. I came back to see him, and he was losing his battle to cancer, and I couldn't take it, and I went to the hotel that night, and I had Post-its, and it was just flowing through the Post-its, and I just kept writing, and then all of a sudden, oh man, I'm out of Post-its, and I ran to the lobby and got the paper out of the printer copy machine in the lobby of the hotel, and went back in and just started writing, and then I woke up the next morning and gave it the old morning after final edit, and I was like, wow, man, it just came out. I happened to be at the right place at the right time, and I had something to say, and yeah, it's cool when that happens, man.
Yeah, Willard's song, to me, is really the centerpiece of the album. It really was the brief for the rest of the album, in my opinion. And that's a great example, because it is a deeply personal song. It obviously is about the heartbreaking passing of your father, and you're recounting there is linear storytelling style. I mean, in the spirit of great American songwriters. I mean, if you think about Woody Guthrie or Bob Dylan or Bruce Springsteen or John Mellencamp or John Prine, that's effectively what they do. They're held to account, or at least expressing their life as they see it. And with that, while it's a sad song, it's also at the same time uplifting. And I've noticed that song, maybe more than any on the album, is one that really connects with the audience.
That song.
And the challenge of a song like that is to not get too cute with it, because you can do massive production and you lose it. You lose the intimacy of the singer and the songwriter. And I think the performance that we captured of your guitar playing, of your vocal, was astonishing. And Tim Wright is just the all-star, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the secret weapon to all of these songs. That really turned out great.
Yeah, when I play that song out live, I connect, and people come to me and like, oh my gosh, and they'll be in tears. Like, my dad used to take me fishing, and we would go every Saturday, and he'd wrap me in his itchy marine blanket sleeping bag thing. I hated it, but man, I'd give anything to have another Saturday with my dad doing that again. So, I think it's just speaks to, everybody can relate to it, and when they relate to it and you're playing, and you see people give you the, and you make that connection. That's what I love about songwriting and making music.
In 1980, I was 9 years old, had my own tackle box and fishing pole, toting it all over town on my Huffy. I'd always turn that old bike around, get her home long before the sun went down. I used to be waiting on him in the driveway. I'd say, hey Dad, let's go fishing. I don't care if we're casting or we're jigging. Let's find a lake or maybe float the river. What I really want to do is spend some time together. Hey Dad, you got time to go fishing with me?
Can you talk about why Willard's song is such a gem?
I think people can relate to it. Everybody went fishing with their father, their grandpa. I get a lot of people tell me, when they hear the song, like, man, I love that song. My grandpa used to take me fishing. And it's just something that, it's something to do, and that I think it relates to people because so many people's dads and grandpas, it was something to do with the kids that they could enjoy and just spend time together. And that's kind of what the song's about.
Yeah, I mean, the song's a postcard. I mean, it really is. It's an expression of that time in your life where, you'll forever cherish those memories. Deeply personal lyrics, sad yet uplifting. And it's just really cool also that we have the sample of the voicemail at the end of the track.
Voicemail kills me every time. I have to fast forward to that.
Not a dry eye in the house.
No, definitely not.
What do you hope listeners take away from the album?
Well, I just hope they take away some of my experiences, when they hear it, and I just like them to enjoy my stories and just enjoy the album, and maybe turn around and go, hey, you'll take and write a pretty good tune.
100%. It's to enjoy it. It becomes the audience's record after you release it, and music is the ultimate form of escapism, and you can get inside the album for 40 minutes or so, and it takes you to another world. And I mean, I think that's what great music does at its very essence, and this record certainly does that.
Who besides Tay deserves some major credit?
Well, I mean, Mr. Timothy Wright is the. We were in here, and Alan Tucker laid a sick beat for Key Over the Door. Alan came in and had the patience to sit and listen to me just making the rough vocals and the rough guitar and kind of putting the arrangements together, and so he started laying down some beats, and then I started laying some bass, and I was like, Eric, I think we should bring old Tim in and just see where we are. And one night he came in, and all of a sudden all these songs just took flight, and it was just it was literally one night. I mean, and it just it he's a superstar on the album, and he's a pleasure to play with live.
Yeah, I mean, when you make an album, you in my opinion, you for one, you select the material, and then you create an environment for the material, and that has to do with what musicians play on the record, your choice of instruments and sounds and all of this. And the players who are on the record, they were selected in a very deliberate fashion. I mean, it's very important that the players honor the songs, because this is a singer-songwriter record at its core. And so to have something that was tangential to that would not work. And Tay had a lot of suggestions about musicians. I mean, certainly Tim Wright came at your suggestion. We did a track with the Push Down and Turn guys, which was really great to reunite that band, almost 20 years since the last time they were in this very room making a record together. So that was very special. Jenny DeVoe's on a track. I had done 2 records with Alan Tucker, and Alan struck me as a drummer that would accomplish the objective of honoring the song. My brother Mark plays on a couple songs, and it's really a great group of musicians. It's also very special that Tay's daughter Mallory's on the record, which is super cool. It sort of is a family affair at the end of the day, because we're all really good friends, and we were all very excited about the material, and it's easy to get excited when the songs are good, and I think that shows in the end result.
How does it feel now that you're out performing these songs?
It feels good. It feels good. And I got to play last weekend, kind of did a soft album release with Tim, and Matt DeVore was backing me up on the drums. And it feels really good to go out there and play the songs. And when you get to, everybody's bobbing their head and they're singing the words of the song. It's like, yeah, man, I got them. And it's fun to do. That's why I wanted to get the music out there, release the album, get it out there so I can get it into people's hands, and when they come see me play, they can sing along.